Shalom, shalom, shalom. I like to start off this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Acha Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Alright, Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. Straight to the point, starting with Ephesians 2 and 10. For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahushai unto good works, which the Most High had before ordained that we should walk in them. Okay? And again, it's preordained. Okay? It's ordained from the beginning. Okay? The Lord declared the end before the beginning. Okay? So he knows our path, our walk, our destiny in a sense. Okay? Before we're even born. Okay? And that's from generations to generations, okay, from reincarnations to reincarnations. The Lord knows exactly our walk, our journey, what we have to go through, what we have to face, okay, because again, he's the orchestrator of it. Okay, you see, so whatever affliction you're going through is because the Lord wants you to go through them to make you better, to increase in faith, to increase in the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and also to cleave unto him. Okay, so it says here in Sirach 10, Sirach 2, and I believe 8. No. Sirach 2, and I'll start at 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Okay, so acceptable men are found faithful, okay, are found worthy in that fire, okay, by being able to overcome the test of adversity, okay, the trials and tribulations, going through these things and still overcoming in the Lord Yahweh in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, in their faith, remaining steadfast and unmovable, unshakable, pertaining to their faith, pertaining to their trust in the Lord and the words of prophecy. Okay. You see, this is how we are tried, okay? And as I did a lesson pertaining to the book of Judith yesterday, one of the main lessons that you could have learned from the book of Judith of how you're not to put the Lord in a box, or not to try the Lord by setting timelines to his salvation. Oh, if the Lord doesn't save me, and if the Lord doesn't do this for me in 10 days, then I'll do this. If the Lord doesn't do this in this amount of time, then I'll do my own thing. No, man. You are to trust the Lord always until the end, until he finds it fit to deliver you. Okay? And that's why it says here, I'll start Sirach 2 and I'll start at 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. It's already a given. Okay? It's not a surprise. Don't be surprised, man, that you're catching hell for following after righteousness, man, from turning from evil. As it says, he that departed from evil becometh a prey. You have to understand that as you're seeking for the truth, as you're seeking for the Lord, you're seeking to serve him in truth and in spirit, according to the words of prophecy, according to the Bible, to the right doctrine. Now the world becomes your adversary. Okay, and now you're not only fighting an outward battle against the world, but you're also fighting an inward battle against your flesh. Okay, against your members, your own members who are weak to lead you to sin. Okay, so now you're fighting a battle on two fronts. Okay, but again, you have to prepare yourself mentally to understand. You have to prepare yourself mentally, knowing that these things shall come. Okay, set that heart aright and constantly endure whatever happens, whatever adversity that you face. You have to know the Lord is the one that sent them. That sent them, and he's the one that can deliver me out of them. And again, the fact that he made me go through these things is because he understands that he knows that I can overcome them. Okay, because there's as it says, the Lord will not tempt you above what you can handle, roughly paraphrasing. Everything that you go through is because the Lord knows that you can overcome, lest you are not of his. Okay, if temptation, tribulation, and hardship leads you to forsake Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because at the end of the day you are not of him. Okay, because the elect love not their lives even unto death. Okay, so if you are of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you're not going to turn, regardless of what happens, man. So again, set thy heart aright, your mind aright, having a sound mind. That's what this truth gives you. That knowledge gives you a sound mind. That's why it says the truth will set you free. Free from worries, free from doubt, free from deception. Okay? You're free because now you know the things that are pleasing unto the Lord. Now you can obey. Now you can pray for the Lord to give you a spirit to obey, or do your own will, and then eventually which will lead you to be judged. Okay? So again, set that heart aright, having a sound mind, and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. That's that haste. When you try to put the Lord on a timeline, on your timeline, okay, giving him deadlines. Okay, if the Lord doesn't deliver me in the month, I'll do my own thing. Okay, then do your own thing. You might as well just do your own thing from the jump. Okay, the Lord will help you. You have to trust in the Lord, man. Okay, ask for counsel. Okay, pray about it, fast about it. Okay, wait for the Lord to deliver you. And again, if you don't get an answer, wait again. It's a part of our weapon. Our patience is a part of our weapon, and patience goes into suffering. The fact that we suffer these things is a part of our weapons as well. And again, it might not sound, it doesn't sound right in the world. It doesn't sound correct to say that suffering is a part of our is a weapon. Yes, it's a part of our weapon, because now we're part of we're suffering with Yahushua, and it says if we suffer with him, we will reign with him. Okay, it's a part of the walk. Okay, you're not going off for suffering for righteousness' sake. You're not going off for waiting on the Lord. Okay, see, that's the spirit. You're not going off for waiting on the Lord, man. Matter of fact, he wants you to wait for him. He wants you to cry. He wants you to call upon him, man, in those times of adversity. Okay, those moments, that's when you realize who you really trust in. Okay, in those moments when you have nowhere else to turn to, are you going to turn to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, or are you going to go to your pockets? You check your bank account, your wallet. How you're going to figure out a carnal means to handle your affairs, or you're going to turn to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua first. Okay, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at that last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. When you're catching hell, when you're brought low, be patient. The Lord is there. He's watching. He's not bringing you low to destroy you. He's bringing you low to bring you back up. Okay? Remember Job. Job lost everything, but his end was greater than his beginning. Always remember that. The Lord didn't forsake Job. The Lord, even in hell, even when Job was catching hell, the Lord was there with him. Okay? Even when Job was catching hell, the Lord was with them. Okay, so again, just as Job said, the Lord may, even if the Lord strikes me, I will still remain my integrity with him. Okay, you see, roughly paraphrasing, I'll still trust in him. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him. Faith. You have to have faith. That's the whole purpose. If you have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you will endure. You will be patient. Okay, regardless if it takes a year, regardless if it takes 10 years. Okay, Noah was preaching for 120 years. He didn't give up after 90 years when the rain didn't come. Okay, he kept working, doing the work. He kept building the ark until it was finished, until he finished his work. Okay, until the rain came down, because he believed. Even if it took 120 years, he didn't stop the 10th year. He didn't stop the 20th year. He didn't stop. Even after the people were mocking him, scoffing him, and putting him in derision, setting him in derision. Okay. No, man. He kept his integrity in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua because he had faith in his word, and he moved with fear. And that's exactly how we're supposed to serve the Lord, with fear and trembling. Okay, in order to make our calling and election sure. Okay, to push forth that vibration of obedience and fervency to keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, and obeying his words. Okay, so again, believing in it. So again, faith is a very important key point. It says here, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Okay, again, trust in the Lord, man. It's one thing of saying it, is another thing of living it. As it says, if you walk in the Spirit, live in the Spirit. Okay, it can't just be like they say a diet. They say, oh, I'm on a diet. then their diet is really for like a week, for 2 weeks, for a month. No, a diet is a lifestyle. Okay, it's not something that you just do for a short period of time. No, it's your life. That's what it means to be immersed, to be baptized in the fire, in these words. Okay, to be fully immersed, fully involved in this ministry, fully into this work. Okay, you see, fully absorbed in the servitude of serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, you see, you're about it. You talk it and you live it. Okay, you walk in the Spirit, also live in the Spirit. It's not just one thing. Okay, it's two different things to walk in the Spirit and to live in the Spirit. Okay, you have to live. You have to live, breathe, drink, think, sleep. Okay, your life, all your thoughts, all your actions have to be based off the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, you see, and that's what it is, man. You see, that's how Yahweh Shai lived, according to the fear of Yahweh, according to the obedience of Yahweh. That's how he ended up never sinning. That's how his walk was perfect, because the every action, every decision that he made was according to the fear of the Lord. And that's exactly how we're supposed to be. And of course, the just man falleth 7 times, but we get back up. It's the mindset. Okay, it's the mindset that you come towards the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay. So that being said, I just wanted to go into there was a part for the lesson that I prepared for the book of Judith that I made yesterday, that I just omitted Salakia to bring out. So Lord willing, I'll be able to find it now. I believe it was in the book 13. No, it wasn't 13. It was when she was speaking to them. No, it was probably 7. Let me see. Judith heard. Let me see. She said something. Salakia, let me find it. Lord willing, I'll find it. It says, yeah, here we go. So it says here in Judith 8:24, now therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to our brethren, because their hearts depend upon us, and the sanctuary and the house and the altar rest upon us. Moreover, let us give thanks to the Lord our power, which tried us, even as he did our fathers. Okay, so even in the trial and tribulation, they were in the mindset to try to thank the Lord. So like they were in the mindset to thank the Lord, man. And that was in the face of Holofernes, who was coming to destroy Jerusalem, to afflict the people. Okay, he was coming in he wasn't coming. He was already there. He brought a drought. People were athirst. Okay, because he besieged the water fountains, the cisterns. Okay, he besieged the cisterns, which led the people of Israel to be besieged, and he cut off their water supplies. Okay, so the people were there mourning, being hungry and thirsty. Okay, and then because of that, they ended up tempting the Lord by putting him on a timeline. But that's what Judith ended up telling them. Let us give thanks to the Lord that we're being tried. Okay, because again, those are opportunity, like I mentioned before, I quickly mentioned, those are opportunities to turn to the Lord and cleave unto him, to show that we believe. Okay, yes, it's when everything, let's say you have a wife let's say you have a wife and everything in your life is going good, you're making a lot of money, you're making everything is going well in your life, there's no reason for you to complain, and then you have your wife and she's there with you, but then when you lose everything, you're catching hell. Let's say, for again, bring it back to the example of Job. Use Job as an example. Imagine if his wife was a pillar of rest. Instead of her telling Job, curse the Most High and die. Imagine if she said, it's okay, I'm here with you, we'll build again. Okay, we can have more children. Okay, it's not over, we can build. Okay, instead of being a demon, if she was a pillar of rest unto Job, imagine, man. You see? And that's exactly what we're supposed to be like. That's the mindset that we're supposed to be like. Okay? You know, she's telling Job to die. She told Job to die, man. Just to croak over and die. You know? So I can start over my life with someone else. You know? But you know, we gotta be in that mindset, you know, so when you're catching hell, are you gonna turn to the Lord? When the Lord is with you and everything is right, it's easy. When the Lord is with you and everything is working in your life, it's easy to say that you love the Lord. But when you're catching hell, you're in affliction, everyone turns their back on you, are you still gonna turn back? Are you still gonna resort to serving the Lord? Are you still gonna resort to call upon Him, cry for Him for help and salvation? Okay. And see, so it says here, verse 25, moreover, let us give thanks to the Lord our power, which tried us, even as He did our fathers. Remember what things He did to Abraham, and how He tried Isaac, and what happened to Jacob in Mesopotamia of Syria, when he kept the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother. For He had not tried us in the fire as He did them, for the examination of their hearts. Neither had He taken vengeance on us, but the Lord doth scourge them that come near unto Him to admonish them. Oh man. Okay? Admonish. Let me bring out that word, admonish. So if you if you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. I believe that's another way of saying that. Admonish go to indicate duties or obligation, to express warning or disapproval, to especially in gentle, earnest, or solicitous manner, to give friendly, earnest advice or encouragement, to say something as advice or warning. So He warned them, He advised them. Okay, so when you come to serve the Lord, okay, so he warns you and admonishes you. Okay, if you come near to Him, okay, he scourges you, because again, we sinned against Him. Okay, we sinned against the Lord. We're not innocent in the sight of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, because we've all fallen short from the glory of the Lord. Okay, but then He scourges you and admonishes you as a warning. Hey, you turn from me, hey, it's gonna be worse. You turn from me, as it says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because we have sinned against Him. But He will raise up, and now let me bring that out so I don't butcher it. Here we go. Micah 7:9. I will bear the indignation. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against Him, until He plead my cause. So again, you have to remember that the Lord, yes, He'll make us catch hell, but again, He'll never forsake Israel. Okay, as it says in Isaiah 14:1. I will yet choose Israel. Okay, and I will deliver Jacob. Okay, so you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Lord did not forsake us, man. Eventually, He will establish us as the head of the next kingdom, just as Isa Edom will try to implement his new technocracy. Okay, force the world to take a microchip. Okay, the Lord is gonna step in and deliver His people and set righteousness in place again through Yahweh Shai and the 144,000. Okay, who are gonna be the new head of the kingdom to come. Okay. But again, I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against Him, until He plead my cause. So again, there's always a limit. The Lord will make you go through that fire, but then there's an end to the affliction. Okay, as it says, the punishment of Zion has ended. Okay, it's come to an end, and we're coming to that time where our punishment is going to end. Okay, and the curses are gonna pass over to the nations. The same way that we were afflicted by the curses of Deuteronomy 28, the nations are gonna feel it even harder. Okay, the curses are gonna pass on from us onto them, and we're gonna inherit the blessings forevermore. The blessings are gonna pursue us forever, man. That's why the kingdom of heaven, which is gonna be established on earth, is gonna be a kingdom where of joy on the right hand of the Lord forevermore, man. For those that's why it says here, one day in the kingdom of the Lord is gonna be better than 1,000 years in this wicked hellhole, man. Okay, so it says here, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. And again, we shall behold his righteousness to start when we see the destruction, when the elect are end up getting beamed up in the celestial vehicles, which the world calls UFO, UAPs. When they get beamed up and end up seeing Babylon the Great, aka America, burning with nuclear fire. Okay, when they see it from the firmament, okay, end up seeing the destruction of the wicked. That's when we shall behold the righteousness of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, so going back to Judith 8 and verse 27, for he had not tried us in the fire as he did them, for the examination of their hearts, neither had he taken vengeance on us, but the Lord doth scourge them that come near unto him, to admonish them. Then said Ozias, let's see, is it that one? Yeah, that's it. So you come near to the Lord, he will admonish, he will scourge you, to warn you, again, to punish you for your iniquity. Okay, and again it tells us that he punishes us less than we deserve. You see the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? He punishes us less than we deserve, because ultimately we deserve death. Okay, time and time again. Okay, we deserve death for our disobedience. Okay, but the Lord is a power of mercy, long suffering, and patience. Okay, and his mercy endureth forevermore, man. Okay, so that being said, yeah, trust in the Lord. Okay, the Spirit went about a little bit everywhere, but I don't even remember how I started the lesson, but that's the Spirit. So I'll just close out the lesson here. Lord willing, this was edifying, straight to the point. Yeah, I even forgot the point. I can't even say that. Can't even say straight to the point because I forgot the point. But hey, that's the Spirit. Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next lesson, shalom.